Yo, so today we're going to be talking about the steal glitch in Showdown for MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty. It's not quite how it was last year. It's pretty simple, and we're going for, I guess, 350 or more likes on this video, maybe 100 or more new subscribers today. If you guys have any comments or questions or any tips for anybody for Showdown, leave them down in the comment section of this video. Maybe questions, you guys could answer these other questions, anything like that, help y'all out down in the comments section. I stream Sunday through Friday on Twitch, Twin Gaming TV on there. Links in the description, as well as my Instagram and my Twitter. So real quick before we get into the glitch itself, is I just want to go over Showdown and what exactly it is, kind of how it works for maybe people who are new to the game. Just kind of explain everything in detail a little bit. We have the starter showdown here, but what I'm focusing on is the first inning showdown and the team affinity showdown, okay? So for the first inning showdown, you can earn 35,000 XP for completing it successfully towards the first inning program, which is a huge step. It's about 10%. I think it might even be exactly 10% of what you need to be able to get that first inning boss choice pack, where you can choose one of those 3 diamonds, Piazza, Lofton, or Valenzuela. And then we have the team affinity, and every time you beat the Team Affinity Showdown successfully, you get 5 vouchers, each of them worth 3 points towards any of the Team Affinity divisions. The program you guys can see here. We have the program, Team Affinity, and this is one thing I want to talk about just because I've had a lot of people asking me how they exchange the vouchers. But once you earn the vouchers, okay, you choose the division that you want to progress, and then you click on it and you go down to exchanges, and then you can do the repeatable Showdown voucher mission. You get 5 each Showdown, and they're worth 3 for about 15, and then you can exchange them for some reason only 1 at a time, but you can exchange them 1 at a time in that Team Affinity program. So that's what that is for. And then as y'all can see, the first inning program, if we go down to the missions, you can see Showdown is one of the tasks that you can do, and you get 35,000 XP for completing the first inning showdown. Now, I guess we can focus right now, and then to show you guys the glitch, we can do Team Affinity, the showdown for this one. And what you do is you draft a team. Now, not all of them, but most of the final bosses you'll face for Showdown are going to be right-handed pitchers. So for me, whenever I first draft my team, I try to load up on guys that are really good against righties or left-handed batters. Hopefully a left-handed batter like Trent Grisham, who has 80 or higher power versus righties. That's what I'm really looking for in the first set of rounds. Perks, I love the ones while losing, because if you go into the final showdown, you're most likely going to be losing by a certain amount of runs. So I like the ones while losing, whether it's exit velocity or contact. I typically try to do the contact boost while losing a little bit more than I do the exit velocity, but it's really up to you. Then you can put those perks on. Okay, you can put those perks on, and then you can move your lineup around however you want. As y'all can see, I got unlucky a little bit, right? I have the A's. So if you see the team logo in the bottom left, whatever team that is, you're going to be facing their 42 series player from the Team Affinity. So we have the Athletics and their 42 series guys, Jesus Luzardo. And we know Luzardo is a left-handed pitcher. So as I draft my team now, from now on for the rest of the run, I'm going to try to be getting as many righties as possible for that final showdown, and you can adjust your lineup from moment to moment. But for the final boss, I'm going to be loading it up with righties and just having all my righties at the top just so it's a little bit easier for me. That's how I like to do it. You don't necessarily have to do it that way, but that is how I like to do it. Usually what I do is try to get these first 3 moments done successfully. That way I have 6 runs towards the final showdown, so I only need to get 7 to beat it. I have 15 outs to do that, and then I also get, some extra hitters. I get 3 extra gold hitters and potentially 3 gold perks if they're ones that I like. But today we are focusing on the final showdown, okay? We're focusing on the final showdown, and this one's versus Luzardo, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. And I think this should be available in the first inning showdown as well. I'm going to check it here once we do this, but you got to go into the showdown no matter what your runs is. This is going to be working for if you have 7 runs or less. So the final showdown for the first inning program, I believe you need to get 16 runs. The other team has 15. So I'm pretty sure a 4-run deficit is where you can't do this. So I think if you have 10 or less than that, which I'm going to check a little bit here in a sec, but we need a base runner. So what we need to show you guys is just get a base runner. I'll see you in a sec. So there it is. We got a base runner. And you know how I was saying that you can't do this at 8 runs? What you can do is just press the steal button. It's going to be L2 on PlayStation, or it's going to be the left trigger on Xbox. You just press that button, L2 or left trigger, and y'all can see they're not going to try to catch me stealing. And we can steal third as well. So as long as you have 7 runs or less for the Team Affinity Showdown, a 5-run deficit or more, then you were able to steal second and third without them throwing down. And a lot of times I've been having people ask me this question like, hey, if I have a runner on first and third, how do I make it so the runner on first steals? And you'll see something like you see over there where it shows the left analog stick. I believe if there's a runner on first, you need to hold that to the right and press L2. Otherwise, if you just press L2, it's going to send both that guy on third and the guy on first at the same time. And if you only want that guy on first stealing, you need to do what the little picture below the runner says. And I'm pretty sure it's the left stick to the right and press L2, and that's going to make that runner go. But for the Team Affinity Showdown, it's a huge help. I know double plays are killer. If you have 7 runs for your team or less, you are able to steal second and third every time without them contesting you. Don't take any leadoff steps. You don't need to take leadoff steps. That might make them pick off, and you don't want to take any leadoff steps. You just want to hit that steal button and have your runners steal. And like I said, again, I want to reiterate, for the Team Affinity Showdown, if you have 8 or more runs, they will try to catch you stealing. At least in my experience, it only works on 7 runs or less for your team on the scoreboard, a 5-run deficit or higher for that deficit. And right now, just real quick before we piece it out for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to check if it works for the first inning showdown. All right, so we have a runner on base in the first inning showdown. Let's go ahead and see if this works. I think it should. Honestly, I feel like it's going to be like this no matter what mode. Yeah, so it does work here as well. And I feel like it's going to work, honestly, no matter what mode you're playing versus the CPU. I feel like this is defensive indifference programmed into the AI of the MLB The Show CPU. And I feel like if you're in, I would assume, I don't know for sure, but I would assume Road to the Show, franchise, March to October, play now, play versus CPU, Conquest, Showdown, whatever. I feel like this is going to work in not just Showdown. I feel like it's going to work in any mode where you're playing versus the CPU, a non-user controlled team, and you have a run deficit that is larger than 4 runs, right? Because in that Team Affinity Showdown, you're not able to steal once you get to 8 runs. It only works when you have 7 or less. So I would assume it's going to be the same thing here. It's only going to work when I have 10 runs or less. It's not going to work once I get to 11 because the run differential then is 4. And at that point, the AI, the computer's program, like, okay, the game is close enough where we can't let them steal because those base runners really matter. So that seems to be the way it works in my opinion. I guess I could just go ahead and steal one more time for y'all. But I hope this video helps somebody out. Again, I really wanted to at the beginning just explain how Showdown works and stuff like that because this video, I think that the title and thumbnail are going to be focused on Showdown. And I know a lot of people, a lot of new users this year are maybe unfamiliar with Showdown. So I just kind of wanted to walk through everything, try to at least explain a little bit how it works so that people who maybe haven't played Showdown or haven't played it a lot would be a little bit more familiar with the mode and understand how it works and everything like that. So any other tips, questions, anything like that, leave them in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe, Twitch, all of that good stuff in the description. I hope this video helps out at least one person. If it did, let me know in the comments. And if I see that it helps at least one person, then that makes me feel good about making this video because that's my goal, is to help at least one person. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Hopefully I did explain everything clearly. I feel like it's pretty simple. You can just steal as long as the run differential is greater than 4 runs in Showdown, or I would assume any play versus CP mode. I'll see you next time.